So we have an ongoing fight to continue, and have to see whether or not we get the usual run of 1s and 20s.
Nah, we're gonna win this tonight. Finish this tonight and win it. Easy peasy.
Well, would you like to reorder the turn order so Harumi's not at the top?
No, Harumi is at the bottom. He just needs to move down the
I just need
initiative
to
one
click
order.
it one
Oh
more
yeah, that's what I mean.
to start the next round. So is everybody ready to connect?
Yes, we're ready
the
to
next
continue
round?
killing people. Yes, well,
Yep.
knocking them out anyway.
You mean knocking them unconscious, ready for them to be slaughtered later?
Something like
Yes.
that.
Yes. Oh, after due process, of course.
Yes, you're bandits. You're dead.
Oh,
Okay.
no, they have to be proved to be bandits first.
I'm pretty
that's
sure
not
you'll
hard.
find evidence in this camp. Associating with a known bandit.
Oh, well, you're assuming that I'm going to go looking for it, and I don't know that I am.
Well, they are all guilty by association with him. Of course, if Kyūryū and Kosa can find it in their hearts to let him run away, then the evidence vanishes. Or does it? Anyway,
I don't think they should be thinking that, because if they do, Lord Kanawa might decide that they're associating with bandits.
that is the case. Or
Anyway,
I assume that is the case.
onwards to glory and or death.
I believe that the leader of the party was rolling for Lord Kanawa. Who was going for that guy?
Oh, well, he can do. I thought I was doing it, but it doesn't matter.
Okay, in that case, you do it. Lord Kanawa, I think, will probably move to there because it gets him away from any last-ditch attempts by that guy to lunge at him. A 15 is plenty good enough for him to do his 1d6 plus 4 damage.
It starts. Second roll of the day is a
Oh.
5 points of damage. Sir.
We're doing really well here. Yes. And then Monsieur Ronin will step to here and basically turn to face that way. And oh no!
Yeah.
And then he will attempt to smite Kyūryū.
Oh.
Unfortunately, it's not a critical. But never mind.
Measurement area of death.
So that's him. So that
It would be a
is-
critical if he's got a BCS of 22.
Unfortunately, he doesn't.
Excellent.
His BCS is only 19, which is annoying. But then he hasn't had all the training that certain people have. Life on the roads is tough. So 8 points of damage to Kyūryū.
Is that lethal?
Yes, that's lethal.
I don't very much a sharp sword.
Oh yes. And then we have Kinzo teaching somebody the error of his ways. Close to engage and bop. Well, that's a definite hit, and that's definite 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage and he falls over.
He does indeed fall over.
That's because he only had 1 hit point left.
Him and his 1 hit point collapse to the ground, leaving you free to charge and attack the Ronin, or the armored guy, or help Gomi. Kosa!
This guy's wielding a katana, isn't he? This Ronin guy.
Mhm.
Oh yes, he's wielding a katana.
I guess to get close, I'm going to have to charge him, aren't I?
You are indeed.
Okay. Banzai.
Let's go.
I will shout, "Don't kill him, Kyūryū." I charge him.
What? Why are
What?
you shouting that? Well, we'll find that out later. Hang on a second. Wit saving throw. Ooh. Who said that? Who said that? So you are charging in. Kyūryū, on the same rank, gets to strike him before hearing what Kosa is yelling.
Before hearing what Kosa's yelling, right? That's
But
relevant.
of course, it's simultaneous.
Okay. I'm gonna assume that hits him.
He is armor class 8, which unfortunately for you means it's a hit.
Nice.
11 points of pain, sir.
That's annoying. Splat. He collapses to the ground.
Oh.
Nice.
And the bandit space action phase. Okay. This guy is closing to here. And getting an attack on Gomi.
They're up here.
So Gomi is armor class 3. And this guy rolled an 11, which means he's a 14. And that is 1, 2. Oh, let's hit him. Gomi takes 4 points of damage. Marring his hitherto unsoiled armor. And this guy up to the north, if he tries closing to engage, that's not going to work, so he's going to have to charge in. So he will charge in and go on 2. Now, charging may not be the best thing to do against a spear, but that's all he's got. And then we have a guy in armor versus Lord Kanawa. He's not going to maneuver. He's quite happy where he is because Kanawa's protecting him to some extent from these nasty arrows that are flying about. He rolls a 10. Which I don't think has a cat in hell's chance of getting Lord Kanawa. No, it doesn't. And coming down, this guy can no longer go for Lord Kanawa, so he is going to devote his entire round to getting out, which gives him a bonus.
Which guy was that, sorry?
The guy stuck in the mud.
Yeah.
Basically manages to climb out of the mud this round, which might not be a sensible thing to do because he is in clear sight of the archers, but never mind. Coming further south, we have the guy in armor fighting Baka, who will step back.
Can he when he's grappled?
Ah, true, he is grappled, isn't he, for 7 points. Are you bleeding at all, Baka?
I am.
In that case, he will carry on trying to hit you. Oh, for crying out loud.
Excellent.
Perfect.
All right, would somebody please look up on the critical fumble table what a 10 is? I think it might have stunned himself.
Loses his balance, suffers dazed special effect, and must make a speed saving throw or fall down.
Excellent.
He's not falling down. I'm keeping him standing.
If he falls down, you can follow him
Oh, can I
down.
land on him? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Even better then.
No, he falls down, And you can follow him down and land on him if you wish.
Yes, break his ribs, Baka,
Now,
crush him.
is it not better to throw it if once I've got the grapple on him? Is it not better to throw him? I get a better effect if I throw him, don't I?
If he has fallen to the ground and you, with your size and your skill, are landing on him, that will be the same as throwing him.
I will take that then quite happily.
Rather than him hitting the ground, it's you landing on him. I'm not sure there's much difference.
Well, me saying
see that?
standing. Yeah. Okay.
So, since they haven't had time to notice what's happened yet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm on the other side of the book. Damn. Can he charge? Can he actually charge through there?
Who are we looking at?
This guy to the south. Yes, he can just get through the gap between those bushes. He will charge Yanagi. Mad fool that he is. And this guy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then over to the east, rather to the west, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Coming in from the west there. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 coming in from the west there. And not a problem. And up to the north. One popped out of the bushes there. And one popped out of the bushes. So there's 2 more sentries who have kind of stood up and what the hell's going on? And come into that area. Okay. So that is the bandits. And then it's over to your troops. So, coming down from the north. Gomi, I think, will probably... What do you reckon? Spear versus charge?
That makes sense.
Sounds good.
Because neither of those two appear to be damaged.
50-50 basically.
Yes, but there's +1 because the guy's charging him. So, given the choice, go for him, I think.
Mhm.
So,
He's more of an immediate threat, isn't he? So
yes. And he's at optimum range at the moment. So I think he would step back to there, which keeps this one at a distance, and hit that guy when he charges up. Let's see. Lord Kanai we've done. Right. What do you wish Yoshitani to do?
Aren't you going to carry out Gomez's attack on that guy?
Well, we can do that, yes.
It just keeps it all neat because then we know that bit's finished.
In that case, who would like to roll for Gomi?
I suggest Harumi does it.
Harumi! As the other normally overlooked member of the...
That might have been a bad idea.
Well, this is the skill of the Shugenja in the party trying to do the old bushy tricks. So, would you please roll another d20 and someone can consult the fumble table? Ah, this is Shugenja's
Nothing
sleight of
bad.
hand. We only thought he'd fumbled, when in actual fact he hadn't.
Those numbers should have been reversed.
Well, 1 followed by 20 would have been pretty decisive. Okay. Yoshitani. Everybody to the south seems to have things reasonably under control. Yes, there's a number of new ones coming in, but the Ronin's just gone down. He's going to go. I think he would circle the fire and go in against these guys. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to here. So Yoshitani is now heading in that direction. Kagamichi. Ronin's down. I think he would probably step to there and hit this guy in the back. Yes?
Yep.
Any objections?
Sounds good.
Fine. In that case, would somebody roll for Kagamichi hitting this poor guy in the back? I mean, he's down on. He's falling to the ground this round, but he doesn't know that.
A 12.
A 12. Well, plus 10 from behind, that is a hit. So Kagamichi is d6 plus 1. Would you please roll a d6? 6 points of damage. Well, the guy who eventually falls to the ground is not looking very healthy. But so end all wrongdoers. And that, I believe, is the main Ashigaru. We just have the two who kind of lurk in the back and go tang.
Is Katsumoto aware of Shigaru 4-6?
What? What Ashigaru?
This one.
And there's one
That's a good
quite
point.
quite close to him. That's why I'm asking. He's hiding behind a bush.
So can I have a? Basically, you can have a wit saving throw at double your normal wit saving throw. So wit saving. No. He is focused. He's focused right in on the guys who are threatening us. So I think he's looking at that guy who's just stepped out of the mud. Harumi, you might have noticed this. You get to roll at double your wit saving throw.
Double my wit saving throw?
Well, he's not sneaking, and he's not he's been kind of running up. He's out of sight, but you can hear him. So you've got twice your normal chance of spotting a hidden thing.
Oh. Well. Yeah, that passed.
Okay. But you only notice it on your primary action phase, which means you can't tell them until then. Okay, so Haruyori and Katsumoto, I think, would probably be going for this guy. What do you reckon, lads?
Yeah, I reckon. Unless we're going for him.
This one, I was about to say, would they be splitting? Because would this one be going? Would one of them be going for this one?
They usually fight the same target.
Are they not going to fire at this guy that's coming for them?
Which guy?
They don't know about him.
Oh, they don't know.
They haven't
about
noticed him.
Yeah.
Katsumoto had a chance to spot him, but rolled a 20.
So would he care to take 5 points of damage, Steve?
He'd love to take 5 points of damage. He's not. He has a number of arrows in him already.
Adding in the collection.
So that's.
Let's ruin his
Okay,
day.
no, he doesn't have arrows in him. He has a number of splashes in him. Which is hardly surprising, because he took the brunt of a lot of Lord Kanawa's stuff. And I believe that's it for the troops base action phase. And we now come to Baka. dropping on this
fall.
guy. Okay, so you get to make a sumo attack to do your base unarmed damage, and then we get to make him to make a saving throw against kind of being kind of knocked out. So please roll. He's +5 for prone and passive. Oh, that's a definite hit. Roll your damage.
Yeah. With sumo, it's a D10. Oh yeah, D10 +3. Oh, hello. 13 damage.
Very nice.
Okay,
You're ringing,
there is
Bell.
a crunching noise as his neck breaks.
Oh,
Oh,
very nice.
That was accidental. I did not mean to kill him.
All right, he's knocked unconscious. Basically, he's not actually dead, but you have done so much damage, it's knocked him out. Okay.
Yep.
Um,
Am I currently prone, or am I? Or, can I
You
use
are
my one
kneeling
movement
down.
stand?
you are kneeling down, and no, you were intending to kind of try and to force him to have a saving throw, and therefore you are kind of kneeling on it. Okie doke. And then we have Yanagi. Who I
Yanagi
think-
will need to make a wit saving throw, please.
Okay. Given this guy charged him, he has double his wit saving throw because it's not really a hidden thing. Oh, I believe he may even have made it on a 6.
Even
What's
Unagi
his
makes it.
what's his
Even
wit
Unagi
saving throw?
makes it on that.
Good
He
lord,
makes that without any bonuses. He makes it
Yeah,
by
true.
1.
He
Yeah,
does.
so
He
I think it's
does.
good. Yeah,
In which
I think
case,
he's good.
Yanagi will turn round and thump this guy as he comes up, I believe. And that is indeed a hit. Not doing a tremendous amount of damage, though. Is that just 1, or is that 2? Or is it 3? How much is it? He doesn't have a
Well,
damage
it's-
bonus, but is he
It's
using...
+4.
It's second
Yeah.
level, so
Yeah, he's using
plus 2.
Yawara, so that's 5 points. Fine. Okay, against this undamaged sentry. Right. And then we have the sergeant, well, the troops second reaction phase. Gomi. Does Gomi have a second reaction phase? Yes. So, given he impaled this guy as he was charging up, he will have a secondary go at him. Although it's at -1 at the moment. So would somebody please roll for Gomi? I believe it was Harumi did it last time. A
Oh,
14 is a
oh well,
miss,
I'll roll
but
the
never
14.
mind. There's no other troops to the north. Yoshitani's too far away, and Kagamichi has assisted in the demise of that guy, so there are no other troops. Lord Kanawa has another primary action phase, so he will step to there and hit this guy again. So please roll for Lord Kanawa. Oh, no trouble.
Very nice.
So that is 6 points of damage on that guy, who is still standing there, but looking a little shakier than he was. Kyūryū.
So the Ashigaru, or the Ronin I was fighting, is down. Who else is around me? No one actually.
You can see that guy
You
charging
can see
in.
Kosa.
I don't see.
You can see a couple of guys coming out of the
And are
shrubbery.
they charging my way?
They're running. They've just run out of the shrubbery, so they are kind of coming in and will no doubt be doing something next round.
How many can I do with a charge?
This is your primary action
Ah.
phase rather than your
Double your-
base action phase.
Yeah.
So you can't, I don't believe you can charge on unless it's your base action phase.
Can I ready a weapon?
I
certainly,
believe
yeah.
so. Yes.
I'm gonna ready my shuriken.
Okay. So you're putting away your Yawara and exchanging it for Shuriken.
Yep.
You're unengaged, therefore it doesn't require a speed saving throw. Okay, Kosa. That was disappointing,
Bandit's-
wasn't it? He fell over.
It's down, that's the main thing. What I'm planning to do now and probably next round is bend down, keep his swords and take his swords off him, and put them away out of his reach in case he wakes up.
Fair enough. Kinzo, you can slap this guy for standing up to you if you wish, but otherwise you can just. See
No,
what's
no,
going
I'm
on
actually going to have a
generally.
quick look round, see how it's going.
Yep.
It looks
Poor
like
old
it's going well.
Yes, it does indeed. Poor old Gomi's a bit outnumbered, but hey, he's an Ashigaru, he can handle it. And that killing machine over there is chopping away at the guy in armor, much better hidden than you. The bandit's second reaction phase, well, the guy in armor will attempt to swing at Lord Kanawa. He hasn't got a cat in hell's chance of hitting him. And on that roll, definitely not. And that's the only one, unfortunately. Oh, sorry, no, no, that's the only one with a second reaction phase. The Ronin is out. Baka can't do anything. Yanagi.
Can I not retrieve
has
my? Can I not retrieve my Tetsubo? On a secondary says I'm not engaged.
On a secondary, you can. Yes.
I'm kneeling
because
down
you've
next to it.
Because you're kneeling down and it's on the ground, you can pick it up. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Okie doke. Yanagi does have a secondary. Sorry, no, Yanagi doesn't have a secondary against this guy because he charged. So therefore, he just got one strike on him as he charged up. He doesn't have the range to do more. So therefore, I believe it's Harumi
Yes.
who heard something behind the bush.
And I can see him. And I'm gonna.
You can just about make him. You look round. You can see him kind of coming round the edge of the bush at you. Yes.
Good. Because I'm throwing a couple darts of water at him.
Ah. Yes. Well, that will certainly let Katsumoto know that something's up because he sees them go in right across his line of sight. Well, the one I believe that doesn't cost any mana. Is that right, Tim?
That's how I play it. Yes, you get that for free.
Okie doke.
So
And
it
the
costs
guy-
you 3 points of mana for that spell. Because you got 2 hits.
And the second one, well, he's only armor class 3, and I believe your BCS is higher than that.
16.
You've got 2 hits on him.
Ah. So it's.
He gets to make a saving throw of some sort against both of them.
Mm-hmm.
He does indeed.
Yes.
So
It
let's
is.
make 2 saving throws against the first and the second.
It's the
No.
average of his
Not
deftness and speed.
not against either of them.
Oh. Well, this makes life even more fun. Max level caster. Okay, so it's this plus 4. Oh,
Mm.
so 17.
Splat.
Nice.
Very nice. I like it.
Harumi hears a noise, calmly looks round, and splat.
Nice.
Okay, and then we have the charges at the end of the round. We have a charge against Yanagi, which doesn't work. And we have a charge against Gomi. Which doesn't work either. That was a bit of a waste of time. Over to the new round. Lord Kanawa, I believe, will continue dicing his enemy into small, tiny bits. Ah! So, he's up against somebody in armor, and that guy's armor class is 5. His BCS is 21, which means his score is 16. And I believe on a 16, a 1 or 2 is a critical success. So, please roll a d10. A 7 is special effect.
Normal damage special effect. The special effect is 12 because I rolled it first rather than second.
Okie doke. And what's the special effect? Can somebody look it up on the table, please?
Yeah, sorry, knocked down and stunned.
Oh, nice one. So, he is knocked down and stunned. Flat on his back. And how much damage did he take? D6 plus 4, please.
9.
9. Knocked down, stunned, and dead. Right. Well, that finished that guy off. Ronin doesn't do anything. Kinzo. Can I have a quiet word with you, Kinzo, please? Do we have another channel we can have a chat in at the moment? Or-
Should I come so that the viewers can witness this?
If you wouldn't mind.
Yep, shall we go to the tavern voice channel?
Okie doke. I shall move Tim up to the tavern then. Actually, I can't move Tim up to the tavern.
I can. Give me a second.
Okay, if you can move him up to the tavern.
Hmm.
Can you move him?
I'm trying. Give me a sec. Oh, here he is.
Aha!
Oh, I've just accidentally moved him back. Shit. I was in the middle of moving him when he arrived, and then I dropped him back in the thing. There he is. Sorry, Tim.
Okay, sorry. Okay, Tim. Can I ask a question about your character?
You can?
You have been doing a fair bit towards moving to the Shinto side. In your character's heart, is he committed towards becoming devout Shintoist or not? Not yet. reached that.
Yes, he is. He's even thinking about changing professions to being a priest, or hasn't quite got that far yet.
Okay. In that case, we will go back to the. If you would care to make a roll on the map and roll a d20 and see what you roll. And then I will see whether anything happens. If you would roll a d20 and 9. Let me check something. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. You're feeling a tug towards the tent to your left. You're not sure why, but you're feeling a tug towards the tent to your left.
Okay. Well, this round, I'm actually going to look round to see what's going on. Okay.
Okay. Fair enough. we shall return back to the normal voice channel, and normal service will be resumed.
It has some use.
Back. Yeah.
Okay. Right, we are back. I just had a quiet word with Kinzo. Pardon me, quiet word with Kinzo, and we will now continue the round. So next on the list, Kinzo is basically looking around this round, yes, and assessing what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay, well you can see, you heard some noise to the north, so sentries up there. You can see a couple attacking Gomi. Lord Kanawa has just disposed of one, and there's a guy stepped out of that mud pool and promptly received an arrow just to the south. And down beyond that, well, Kosa and Kyūryū are milling around with not a lot to do, as are Kagamichi and Baka. And Yoshitani has just rounded the fire and appears to be heading towards the back of this guy in armor. So the south appears to be under control, apart from a sentry coming in. The north, possibly a bit less so. Over to Kosa. What's Kosa going to do?
Put these swords to one side and then look round.
Okay, so you're basically picking up his two swords and chucking them over to the side of the tent?
I'm just checking him far enough away that he can't reach them if he doesn't wake up.
Okie doke. That's fine. And Kyūryū.
A quick look round. See what's going
I
on.
am going to throw a shuriken at this fella.
Okay. Fair enough. In that case, if you're chucking a shuriken, what's your strength saving throw?
Strength saving throw, base or raw?
What's your base strength saving throw?
8.
Okie doke.
So,
So as far as that
I can
range
throw
is
it twice that,
concerned,
can't I?
that is
So I can throw
12 point. That's 13 hexes.
I think I can throw
So you
16,
can
right?
throw. So basically, you are more than
Medium
1.5
range.
times your strength.
Yeah, so it's -2 to hit. -2 PCS.
No. 12 hexes. If his strength saving throw is 8, then 12 hexes would be 1.5 times his strength. He's 13 hexes away.
Oh, 13 in case it's -4.
Can I step
You're
forward?
-4 to hit.
Can I step forward and throw?
Ooh, that's really kind of playing the game. But yes, all right, fine. So you're -2 to hit.
Okay.
How many shuriken are you throwing?
How many can I throw per round?
Your level.
Up to
But
your
you're at
level, but you
minuses.
get minuses for if you throw more than one.
I'm going to throw them all. I'll throw 3.
Okay.
So that's the first one. No doubt that's a miss.
Oh, definitely. Second one.
Probably a miss, right?
What's your shuriken jutsu score?
It's not amazing. Shuriken Jutsu base BCS is 18, actually.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So you're -4 for the range, and
Not hit him then.
-3 because you're throwing 3 shurikens. That's -7.
It's not hit him, is it?
Nope.
Okay, I'll throw the
And
last
your
one.
last one?
That's a bit better.
That hits.
That's all.
Yeah, because he's only an AC 3, so that's -10. You've just hit him.
What's the damage on a
Well,
shuriken?
you hit him by 2, so it's D6 damage.
Okay.
No bonus.
2
6
points of damage, son.
2 points of damage. Okie doke.
And I'll have to rearrange the shuriken on my character sheet now.
Fair enough.
Or just remember that I've used 3. And then I can update it at the end of the battle.
Okey-doke.
I have 9 of them, so
Rightio. And we then have the Bandit space action phase. Okay. Coming down from the north. This guy knows there's a fight going on, but can't actually see much of what's going on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So he gets to there. And this guy pretty much the same. There's a fight going on, but he doesn't know the details. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This guy. What can he see? Not a tremendous amount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mad fool. This guy has seen what's going on and promptly rolls. And so does that guy. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So basically charging Yanagi. That guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Valiantly running away.
Oh yeah, yeah. He just saw his boss go down, and blew his morale check. Righty ho. The rest of the force. That guy is stepping to there. That guy is stepping to there. And they're both going for Gomi. The second one's at -1. So the first one hits, the second one doesn't. So that's 6 points on Gomi. And if I turn and run, I'm going to get arrows in the back. I'll make a morale check and see, but I think I know what I'm doing. No, he's sticking with it. He's going to take on Lord Kanawa. He might get a send him to hell first. Oh no, we're not sending him to hell. And that's it as far as the northern part is concerned. Down on the southern part, we have one attack on Yanagi. A 15 is not getting anywhere. And then the troops on their base action phases. We have Gomi, who I think will step back one and stab the same guy he tried to stab last time. Would somebody please roll for Gomi?
Yep.
Let's see. Gomi is 13 against somebody in armor class 3. He's not got any distractions or restrictions. That is just a hit. D10 plus 1. 4 points of damage. Well, it's less than the guy did to him, but it's better than nothing. And coming around, we've done Lord Kanawa. Yoshitani. Harumi,
Yes.
am I right that your mud is a hidden thing?
Hmm.
I.e.,
Yes.
it's not obvious.
Initially, I don't think it is, but if you got enough people tracking through it, it might.
You've seen people splashing around in it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure he has because he's just come round the campfire. He was on the other
Wow.
side of all that stuff dealing
No,
with that.
That
lot.
guy's not seen the mud yet.
Exactly.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So I think
He wouldn't know
he
it's there.
needs a wit saving throw to know that it's there. You can add +2 to it because there is some disturbance in the ground through all the footprints. So wit saving throw at +2 on your saving throw. I
Well,
don't believe that's enough. So basically, he was going to charge in to help Gomi. Because he's 2-1 and he has no doubt that Lord Kanawa can quite happily take on that many. So he was going to charge to there so that he can hit this guy. So basically he charges to there and then he was going to go there and there, but that's now treacherous ground. So since he wasn't expecting it, speed saving throw, please.
somebody else can roll that one.
I got it.
I got it.
Probably not.
He falls over.
Did he fall face down?
Please make a luck roll for him, Harumi. Oh no! Oh no! No no! He was very lucky. He did not fall face down.
And he won't be suffocating.
Correct.
As he fell, he realized who caused the mud, and he was glaring at you as his face.
Yeah, it's like, oh, splat.
Right. So
I like this idea.
yes. Okay, and I believe the last one left is Kagamichi, who sees poor old Yanagi taking 2, so he will charge this. He will go for that guy. 1, 2, 3. He can half move and engage at -1, so he will do that. And he's getting him in the. No, it won't quite be in the flank. He's still in the front face. So attack at -1, please, for Kagamichi.
Isn't front face? Sorry, just saying it. Oh, I don't know how you do the line. Hold on.
Basically, this guy just charged in from over here, so he's facing
Oh, right,
forward.
yeah,
at the
okay.
moment.
Yeah, I get you.
Yep.
Cool.
Miss.
Okay, he missed. And then I believe we have 2 archers. Who are they going to shoot this time?
Oh, Katsumoto's going to look at what Harumi just blew up because he didn't see it before. He'll look that direction.
I think Harumi's blowing the steam off her fingers.
The other guy's going to gun down Ashigaru 1-2.
Ashigaru 1-2. Okie doke.
What's
Yeah,
his armor class like?
he's armor class 3.
That'll do. We'll hit it for 2d6. Take 3.
His pristine armor now has an arrow sticking out of it.
Oh,
There is something wrong with the sharpness of our weapons today.
Well, yeah, we're getting down to those last few in the bottom of the quiver. You know what they're like, the ones you haven't shot for a while.
Kind of
What's
hoping the
yours, Lee?
bluntness of my weapon's going to be good.
Righty-ho, I believe that is it as far as the troops are concerned, which comes down to Baka.
Oh, I would like to move a Combat
You
yard.
have to get up first.
Oh, I have to get up. Is
Yep.
that my turn?
That's your turn.
Great
yes.
hit.
That's basically your turn. Well, you get
You-
up.
you-
You get up with your Tetsubo as a primary action. On your secondary action, you can hit somebody with your Tetsubo.
Fantastic.
Okie doke. Yanagi, I believe, is probably going to change facing to there because he heard this guy kind of charge up. So he is not being attacked in the rear. But given the guy is almost opposite, he's going to be hit in the flank. And he will thump Ashigaru 4-2 in front of him, I believe. Was that 2 for Yanagi, by the way? That you
What
rolled
is the
2 there?
Ashigaru's armor class, sir?
Ashigaru 4-2 is currently an armor class 3.
In that case, I should be pleased to roll a d10.
Really? Because a 2 is... So that's a special
And I
effect.
have
normal
rendered
damage.
him unconscious.
Oh, God.
Unconscious, yes.
Nice.
Right, so Ashigaru 4-2 falls to the iron fists of Yanagi.
For another 5 points of damage.
Yes, but on a 19, he's rendered unconscious anyway, isn't he?
Unconscious, yeah.
Yes, but I could have killed him with the damage.
Oh, true. Right, that was Yanagi. Second reaction phase for Sergeant and the troops. Gomi will have a second reaction phase, please. Doesn't have a lot of chance. I think it needs a 4. Oh no. Harumi,
Yeah.
you really will have to kind of keep out of these combats, you know. Please roll another d20.
I'll just keep rolling my spells. That's it.
You'll just get rid of all these 20s on other people's turn. It's perfect.
What's a
Uh-oh.
19 special effect?
Uh-oh.
For a
Attacker retreated as receiving a successful disarm attack of the removed weapon form.
So he needs a strength saving throw to keep his weapon, correct?
Someone else do it.
I think so, yeah.
He rolls an 11.
I
don't
only just went
believe-
past that.
I don't believe he made his strength saving throw. He no
Don't
longer
mind.
has his spear.
Disappearing D3 yards in one direction.
Okay, well, we will take the northeasterly direction as direction 1. It goes in that direction, and it goes D3 yards, 2 yards. His spear lands there. Yeah, not really a good place to go and recover it, is it?
Actually, quite clever of the bandit, that. He grabbed hold of it, pulled it out his hands, and dropped it at his feet. Very nice.
Yes, that is a bit of a drawback. It's lucky Yoshitani's coming in to help, isn't it? Okay, Lord Kanawa has another primary action phase against this screaming bandit who's charging him. Please roll for your Lord Kanawa. See if you can dispatch another one. D6 plus 4 damage, please.
Another 5. He's using the blunt side, isn't he? He's not using the sharp side. Oh,
He's playing with them. This bandit in his 1 hit point will hang on until his next primary phase. Actually, no, he
Keep
gets
sliding off all the mud he's covered in.
yes, because he doesn't. He will get a secondary attack on him, but that's it. Actually, no. He moved round. He used his round to come round, so he doesn't have another attack. Actually, no. 1, 2. Yes, he closed to engage. That was it. So he does get a secondary. Kyūryū.
I'm the guy that I
Do you have any shuriken left?
Yeah, loads, mate, loads. The guy that I hit.
Really?
Yeah, where did he move to? Is that him there?
Yes.
Yeah, I have 9 shuriken. I had 3 originally and I borrowed 6.
I think the one you hit ran away.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, is
Yes,
that
the
him
one you
there?
hit ran away.
Is that him
That's
there?
it.
Okay.
He's getting away.
So, this is a secondary, isn't it?
It is
But
indeed.
I can attack with shuriken on my secondary, can't I?
You can
It's
indeed.
a primary for you.
Yeah, but secondary meaning that I can only take 1 step. I can't move properly.
Correct.
So I'm going to move 1 step that way.
Okay. And how clear is your line of attack? Yeah, you can get a clear shot at him.
10 hex.
Kosa, you might not want you might want to keep still, Kosa, and kind of not move west.
Stand still, Kosa, stand still. Can I throw 3 again on the secondary, even though, well, it's a primary
can
for
indeed.
me. I get a second primary.
It's another primary.
That first one's going to hit.
And the range is
10.1.
10.1, so it's still -2, -5, -8.
-8, so I need an 8 to hit on...
Yes.
no, my BCS is 18, I need a 10 to hit armor class 0. So
Yep.
I've hit armor class 2.
Yep.
Is that a hit?
No. It's -3. It's -2 for the range.
Yep.
-3 because you're firing 3 shuriken, and
so,
-3 for his armor class. So it's a
Alright,
net
so I've missed by
-8. So you need a 10 to hit.
Oh, it's a net -8.
Sorry,
then
sorry, an 8 to. So it's an 8 to hit.
I've hit then.
No, that's right. -3, -3, -2. That's -8. So you're 10 to hit. So that's a hit.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Okay, so that's 1 hit.
For 6 damage.
Ouch.
Nice.
Nice.
The 9 hits as well, doesn't it?
9 hits as well. Yes.
For another 3 damage. Is he still standing?
Yes.
That one doesn't hit, eh?
And that misses. Okie doke. And you're now 6 shuriken down.
Yep.
Okay. Kosa, you stood very still just then.
I'm going to move over this way. Just
On your
take a
secondary?
good look.
Good idea.
On your
Oh, sorry,
secondary?
my secondary,
Oh,
isn't it?
secondary,
My
shit.
secondary. Okay, so I won't move at all.
Yeah. Fair enough. Kinzo was looking around. The bandit secondary action phase. Right, that one can strike at -1. That one's just out of range. So we will have a strike at Gomi, who is no longer protected. Oh, that might even be worth looking at. Dum-de-dum-de-dum-de-dum. So, his BCS for Ashigaru 3-2 is that. So that's 7. Oh, that's a hit. Another D6 +1 on Gomi. 5 points on Gomi. He's bleeding freely. And apart from that, I think the only other secondary action phase bandit is... sorry, there's the guy in armor. So with his 1 remaining hit point, takes a wild swing at Lord Kanawa and misses. And then the bandit hitting Yanagi.
Use on
misses.
charge.
Oh, sorry, that was a charge. My apologies. So he will miss when it comes down to 2.
Hopefully he's
Then
not
Baka.
standing when it comes down to 2. Did Kaganishi not get a secondary?
No, he's basically going to hit him when he comes charging up.
Oh, okay. Oh, no.
Oh, sorry, no. Yes, he comes charging up, so he basically gets he would get a secondary. Yes, because he just closed up. So roll to hit.
I've got mine open. I should have saved that. For
That's a
me.
hit. Roll your damage. D6 plus 1. So that's 4 points. He's still there, just.
Oh, cool. And then
So,
myself.
Baka. Yep. Oh no, secondary with your Tetsubo.
Yep,
This is not
that's a
going
hit.
to be pretty. I think him and his 2 hit points just collapsed.
just.
No, I got +3, so
you
I
get
did
plus
5.
three on that, don't you?
Okie doke. So that was down to. Righty ho.
Oh, yeah, even with distractions.
And righty ho. Yanagi. Looks round and there's nobody left.
No,
Harumi.
I'm going to punch the one that's just fallen down.
Okie doke. Go ahead and punch him.
Oh,
Roll your damage. Ow! So
I
you
teach you
did,
to sneak up on me, you bastard.
so you did 5 points, and you've done another 6 points. That's 11.
No, I've done another 10, sir.
So that's another 15. He's not only down, he's dead. You've done double his hit points. Okay. Oops. I do hope you weren't a pious Shintoist, Baka. Or Yanagi. Which leaves Harumi with her magic.
Oh yeah. So Ashi 1-2 incoming.
1-2 incoming 2. Okay, so that's 1 hit. Does he save against it? Oh, he saves against it.
Ah,
At least I think he does. Let me just double check. That's 1-2, so he's one of the better quality ones. Him. So that means. Right. Yes. No problem. He made his saving throw. Okie doke. So he does not receive any damage. Costs you the mana, but he dodged it.
Mhm.
And then at the end of the round, I don't think there's any charges to. We've done the charge at Yanagi, which failed anyway, because the guy fell to the ground in a heap. And nobody else has actually charged. Okie doke. Anybody who's not engaged, what are your plans this round?
I think there's many left, is there?
No.
oh,
There's
there's
a couple
not.
up in front of Gomi, and that's about it, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna just head down this way to start picking up my shuriken, and just to make sure these guys don't come back.
Okay.
Dave, can I see the one by the tent?
Make a luck roll.
Oh yeah,
Well,
him.
actually, no. I shall make a luck roll for him first.
Do I
How
see
far
him?
did he get?
He's very close to me. Do I see him?
He stepped to there, saw what was going on, and stepped back. Make a luck roll to see whether you saw him before he stepped back. So you made 2 luck and 1 unluck.
Oops, I only rolled 1.
No, Kyūryū, you're looking in the opposite direction.
Ah, okay.
Kinzo is looking in that direction because he's scanning the area. So please roll and make a luck roll, Kinzo.
One
You did.
dice of luck.
You did. 1 luck. Ah, you saw him stepping back. So you know that there's somebody there. Okay. So, what are you planning on doing?
Sorry, I'm talking to myself. I'm actually going to go into the tent, but face the doorway. So I'm going to go backwards into the tent.
Okay. Fair enough. And anybody else that engaged? Kyūryū, what you're going to go and recover your shuriken. Kosa, what are you planning on doing?
I'm watching what's going on and keeping an eye on this raining.
Okie doke. Right. In that case, Lord Kanawa will try and finish this guy off. Please roll to hit. That's a hit, and since he only had 1 hit point left, splat.
I think he's probably dead in actual fact.
Yes, given that all the damage he's taken so far is lethal. But I'm not really keeping track of who's died or not, because they are bandits and they will suffer justice. Okay. So the Ronin is out of it. Kinzo, you are moving into the tent, yes? The flap is open, so you can get inside. Okay.
And I'll look round.
You feel a pull towards a chest over in the corner. Yeah, well, just about there. Okie doke. Kosa, you're just observing, yes?
Observing and keeping an eye on this raining.
Okay, Kyūryū, you're running over to here to pick up your shuriken. There's 1 missing.
There's 1 missing, so I get 5 out of 6.
Well, you'll have to go and pull those ones out of the body there and so on. But basically, the guy ran away with a shuriken in him.
Yeah, so I've got 5 back. Okay.
Yep.
I'll adjust my
Bandits and troops. Gomi is going to hang on, where are we? He is currently engaged by that guy, but not by that guy. So if he
stepped
steps
back, would he be? Yeah.
back 1, he's unengaged. And I think he can then move more. Is that right, Tim? If you become unengaged just by 1.
Well, it's a matter of what the 2 bandits do, because if they follow him up, he's still engaged, isn't he?
Yes, true. They are following him up.
In which case, his best option is to turn and flee.
Well, he wants to. He's going to try and head over to somebody who's got a weapon that he can take. So I think, given he was there, I think he will step to here and reach over to Yoshitani to grab his wakizashi. Let me have it while you get up. Yoshitani's view. Dumpty 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 dum. Yes, he would. Given that he was holding his hand out of the mud, he's got one hand stopping him going face down, and the other hand holding up his sword. He will pass his sword to Gomi. So Gomi now has a weapon, but that he doesn't have it when these two close in and attack him. So basically, they have closed in to engage, and both attacking him at short range. So 2 attacks on Gomi. A 16 and a 12. The second one is 1-2. His BCS is that, which means he hits him. The 16 is a miss. So D6 plus 1 on Gomi. Ow! 7 points on Gomi. How's Gomi's hit points looking? There's Gomi. Not down yet. Okay. So that's those 2 bandits. I don't think there's any other bandits engaged at the moment. So, actions. That guy can see very well what's going on, and as far as he can see, he's got 2-1 on this guy who's struggling. There's a couple of dead bandits here. Can't see Kinzo. I don't think he can see what's going on to the south, so he can't see his bosses down, but he can see there's an awful lot of dead bodies and there's a samurai there. Okay. Will he make his morale check? Yeah, he does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Of course, getting to that point, he suddenly sees what's happened down the south and will probably change his mind. This guy here can't see what's going on there. Got a very narrow vision through the gap there, so he can't see much. And you can see his mate going in, so can't be too bad. So he will carry on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that guy disappears off the map. And this guy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He saw what's happening and he doesn't want a part of it. I'm not even going to roll his morale check. Okie doke, so that's them. As far as the troops, Yoshitani will try and stand up, which I believe is a strength saving throw, correct, Harumi? This is your mud.
Yeah, there's a difference between death and... Oh, let me double check that. It is the average of deafness and speed.
Okay, please roll a d20 for him. Come on, you got him into it, Harumi. You may as well get him out of it.
Yay!
How's that?
He stands up and kind of spits on the mud. Bloody Shigenja. I need a wakizashi. Right. Step to here. And next on secondary, I will reach down and pick up one of these guys' wakizashis. No other troops to the north. Gomi's done what he can. He's got his wakizashi. Can't do anything with it. To the south, Kagamichi hasn't got anything else to do. So he will look round and go and see if his boss needs help. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's all the bandits. That's all the troops, apart from these two. What are they doing this round?
Which two?
The
Archers.
archers.
Ah.
Haruyori and Katsumoto.
I don't think we can shoot anybody now. They're all too close to our friends. So we will keep an eye out for targets, but there's none at the moment.
Yeah, they're not shooting anywhere near Lord Kanawa. And that guy is a bit too close to Gomi.
Yeah, we'll just
Yeah.
keep an eye in case the target.
Katsumoto has got a shot at him.
Yeah, Katsumoto's not
without-
a very good shot though.
Yeah, but he's nowhere. He's not going through Gomi's hex. So unless he rolls very badly, he's not going to hit him.
Yeah, okay.
I think he'd probably go for it,
Oh, it's
and
hit.
that's a hit.
Oops, sorry, it should be 2d6. Not so 1 plus 6 takes 7.
7 points of damage. I think that guy might decide to change his mind. Okay, and Baka. It's all gone quiet on the southern front.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm just going to run towards the one that was running off into the woods and make some aspirations about his parentage.
What, the guy
Straight
who's
after
running
him.
off here?
Down to the bottom left. Yeah, that one. So,
Okay, what's your speed? Your
BMA
BMA?
of 5. So I can do 10. Is that?
You're not catching up.
No, I know.
You-
I'm not
you
actually
are
going into
you are
the
the
woods.
same speed. You're just running up to the edge of the woods and casting aspersions on his manhood. Fair enough.
Yeah.
You yellow-bellied bastard. Come back, I'll bite your legs off. I'm sure we all know where that's from. Yanagi?
Unagi's going to observe the situation and wonder what the hell Baka's doing running off over there, because there's nobody over there.
Yes. As
Oh,
far as,
sorry, no, Kyūryū's over there at the moment, isn't he?
yes, he's over there picking up shuriken. The troops, etc. Gomi has a secondary, so he will attempt to use his secondary to. Is he going to parry? What's his skill with his wakizashi? He doesn't have any skill with his wakizashi, so it's just basic brawling with it. I think he will probably just parry and hope somebody will come and rescue him. Okay, so please roll a d20. So he just increases his armor class by 1, so he's up to armor class 2. Sorry, up to armor class 3 rather again. I think that's it as far as the troops are concerned. Lord Kanawa has another primary action phase. And I believe he will step 1 to there and hit this guy in the back. Please roll to hit. It's
Here we are.
almost certainly going to be a hit. It is a hit. D6 plus 4. 10 points of damage. Ouch.
Yeah, he's getting into the swing of it now.
Yep. Kyūryū, you are still picking up things. Kosa's looking around. Kinzo has moved over to
It's in a tent.
the
Yeah,
chest.
I can't open the chest this turn. I've moved too far.
The bandits the 2 bandits on Gomi will both try and strike him and fail. And there are no other bandits engaged at present. Ronin, Baka, just shouting imprecations, Yanagi. Harumi! What are you doing? Lord
Oh,
Kana was in your way, I'm afraid.
oh, is he?
Yeah, right in the way of both of them.
Yep. But there's a target over there.
And he's in range.
You just miss Gomi. Yes.
So I will go for him.
Yes, he just sprouted an arrow, so
That 19 does not hit.
okay. The 12 does though. Unless he makes his speed saving throw, which he fails.
Okay. So D6, 2D, D6, 2D. D6. Okay.
So what is your damage?
Total
Ow!
8.
How much?
8.
That guy's not
Oh,
going to get a
might be
chance to change his mind.
Brian, would that be 2d6, by the way?
No, I just rechecked it. Or am I reading?
Oh,
it
it's sorry, it's 1d6, but you get
Two
number
darts.
of letters.
Yeah,
He didn't get. He missed with the other dart. So that's that one.
God, you'll be running out of power at this rate.
It's getting there.
Yes, but it's a nice place to be, isn't it?
It is fun.
Okie doke. I don't believe there were any charges whatsoever this round, correct? Okay, those unengaged.
Dave, only of the runaway variety.
Well, yes, the turn and flee. I believe that there is going to be some turning and fleeing this time. This guy has been running forward, and he just saw his mate hit by an arrow and some magic. Yeah.
Eviscerated.
Yeah. So I think I know what Kinzo's doing. What's Kosa doing? Anything?
And just keep an eye on the situation.
Okay. Everybody else is fine. Lord Kanawa will smite someone in the back again. Well, he will step one forward and smite this guy in the back. Yep. And given the number of hit points he's got, that's him done for. Fair enough. And the Ronin, and then Kinzo.
I'll attempt to open the chest.
Okay, it's not locked. You open the chest, and inside it you see a number of things wrapped in silk.
Ooh.
Yes. Definite feeling of pull. Kosa.
Yep.
You still scanning and standing there with
Yeah,
a foot on the Ronin's throat or something?
Just keep an eye on things, yeah.
Okie doke. Kyūryū, you finish picking up and you'll have to go and pull some out of the body over there. So you run
that's
over to
fine.
there.
I'll do that.
Okay, the bandit. Yeah. Turn and flee. Vroom. And this one is now going to turn and flee as well. Turns, and on 5, I think it is, will try and run away. But he's got to make it to 5. He will turn that way and try and run off into the woods. He doesn't want to give Lord Kanawa his back. And he's giving Gomi his back. Yeah, okay. And given that he's doing that, Gomi, with his complete lack of skill in Wakizashi, will attempt to stab him in the back. So please, no. Even in the back, I don't think that's good enough. Yoshitani has picked up
I'm assuming that Ashigaru 4-1 continues to run off.
Oh yes, sorry, my apologies. He runs off. He's off to the geome layer. Okey-doke. Sorry, let me just change something. So that's right. So that is theirs. Yoshitani doesn't really have a target at the moment. He's picked up the bandit's wakizashi, but there's a distinct shortage of targets. But he will go and back up Gomi. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He knows Gomi's never handled a sword in his life. Okay. Baka.
I'm just heading back towards Yanagi, who I know's got our bandages.
Okie doke. Oh, you looking for these? Yeah, have a bandage.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
I'd like him to put it on me, since he's got the physical
okey-doke.
skill.
Right, we will deal with the last knockings and then
Yeah.
okie doke. So as far as that is concerned, secondary action phases for the troops. Well, Kanawa has his primary action phase, steps forward 1 and goes for this guy at -1. So please roll to see if you can critical him and take him out. Is that a 16 or was that the previous attack? Oh, a 3. Right. Well, 3-2 is armor class 3. So that's an 18. He'd need a 2 for a critical. So just a d6 plus 4. So that's another 6. Which hasn't quite killed the guy. But given he's running away on a... Well, we go through that. We go through Kyūryū, Kosa, and Kinzo. And then on a 5, this guy starts running away. But also on a 5, you've got secondary actions from Gomi and Yoshitani. So they will attempt to stab him in the back as he runs away. So Gomi first, please. No. Not a cat in hell's chance. And Yoshitani?
Ooh.
That may well hit. Yoshitani is a 30, that's 12, halved is 6, plus 1 is 7. In the back, 17, less armor class 3, 14. That's a definite hit. And that is enough to kill him. Well, knock him out anyway. No, it's actually killed him. Never mind. So that is 3, 2. And that's down to him as well. Fair enough.
That's essentially the fight over.
That, I believe, is the fight over.
I make it that 3 of the bandits escaped.
3 of the bandits escaped, yeah. And That is indeed it. Only 3 bandits escaped. And of the rest, about probably between a half and and a third are dead. The rest are unconscious with varying levels of wounds. The Ronin is unconscious. Okie doke. Congratulations on winning a fight. Okay. Lord Kanawa will start issuing instructions. In the absence of the sergeant, he will order his men to get bandages out and bind wounds. He sees it's happening to the south, so wound binding is the first thing. He doesn't have any physicians, but basically everybody who binds their wounds will get 1 point back. For a successful physician roll, you can then add a second point. So, are you going to volunteer that you are a physician, Yanagi, and offer to do everyone's wounds?
Yes, because my comrades know I am, so I should do that.
Okay. In that case, you also bind up the wounds of the troops.
I shall start with Baka because he's
Wit-
closest.
Wit saving throw for Lord Kanawa to see if he heard that. You instructed him to bind party's wounds first, and then the stupid Lord's people. You said the stupid Lord's people. Yes, indeed, and the Games Master heard it, which is why I was checking to see whether Lord Kanawa heard it. Luckily,
Baka gets 1 hit point back from the bandage, but nothing from the physician because he screwed up.
never mind.
I'll appreciate that nonetheless.
It's the thought that counts, isn't it?
Well, at least I didn't do you an extra point of damage, which I could have done.
Which could have got worse, yeah.
Okay.
Kyūryū's damaged as well, isn't he? But you can have 2 hit points. I don't think any of the rest. Oh, sorry, Yanagi's wounded, isn't he? Yes.
I think what happened was Baka was laughing at what Kyūryū said so loudly that the Lord didn't
drowned it
hear
out.
him. And it also meant I wasn't standing still when Yanagi was trying to put the bandage on me.
Okay. While that's going on, Kinzo, are you unwrapping the silk?
I'm going to lift the objects out and unwrap them, yes.
Okay. One of them appears quite flexible. The other is, these are 2 objects on top of some clothes, etc. One of them appears quite made up of some solid things which move within the silk. And the other one seems to be a book of some kind.
Okay, I'll start with the flexible package then. If necessary, I'll put it on the floor before I open it.
Okay. When you unwrap the silk, you find yourself looking at a set of wind chimes, which are... Please make a roll on your Shinten. How was that? I believe that was 6 effect numbers on your Shinten, correct?
Indeed, it was. I thought it was only 3 because my BCS is better than I remember. Yeah, made it by.
Okay. They're not plain wooden chimes. They are carved in what you recognise as guardian creatures. So they are hanging around the disc that they would hit, but they are wooden carvings of guardian creatures.
It's the item that I've been attracted to.
That is the item you've been attracted to, yes. The
Okay,
other item.
I shall wrap it up and put it into my gi.
Okay. And the other item, are you going to unwrap it?
Yeah, I certainly am.
Okay. It appears to be an ornate tome of some kind. It's possibly a holy book. Are you going to open it and look inside?
Oh, indeed, I am. Yes.
Okay. And do you have Japanese classics?
On? No.
Okay. In that case, it appears to be a book of prayers of some kind, but you can't tell what it is.
A prayer book.
It's a prayer book of some kind. Shinten roll. Oh, a 6. It's not a normal Shinten prayer book. It is much deeper. You recognise some of the names, but it's not the sort of thing your parish priest reads out. Okay. Okay, that I believe takes up a little bit of time while you're investigating that. Once Lord Kanawa's men are bound up, he will order them to check the bandits for those who are alive and haul those who are alive into one spot and bind their arms and legs. He will send one of the soldiers out to call in the 2 trackers that were with you and instruct them to head back to the village and notify their lord that the bandits have been dealt with and ask for some porters to come, and he'll send 2 troops back with them. So he will send 2 troops back with the trackers to the village to collect a dozen porters. And then he will have Gomi start stripping the bodies and collecting all the stuff together while he heads over to the tent to look in and finds you there.
I shall bow politely.
And he will see the book in your hand and I see you have found it. Is that the holy book?
I believe it is, my lord. I can't actually understand what it's saying. It's a bit too deep for me.
I understand it is a relic from the Rice Temple. Sorry, the Rice Shrine. So I think we should return that and then any other items that he may have in his belongings to there, and ask them if they were stolen from there.
Indeed, my lord.
Yes. He asks you to search that tent while he organises everybody else, and he gets one of his other men to search.
and make an accurate record of what I find, lest the wind chimes.
Certainly. Okie doke. Okay. So basically, he then organises things and spends the rest of the afternoon getting the bandits stripped of their gear and bound up, piling all the assembled gear together, and waiting for the return of the people from the village, which he expects tomorrow. So he will organise his men to make a hot meal.
What's he do with the Ronin?
The Ronin is bound and will be taken back to the village so that justice can be seen to be done.
I'll give his daisho to one of his men to look after him.
Okay, he thanks it and takes it to Lord Kanawa, who looks at it and yes, well, he will tell him to put it in the pile with the other stuff. Actual fact, will he have a look at it first? Let's just have a look at his sheet. Yep. Nothing unusual. Just tells him to put his daisho in the heap with the rest of the stuff. And a gradual heap of stuff is made up. And what you end up with, or rather what his group end up with, are 4 sets of partial light Ashigaru and a set of complete light samurai, 5 katanas, 1 katana, 24 wakizashi, 8 yari, 4 hankyu, which they never got round to getting out. They had them for hunting. About 300 pounds worth of assorted camping gear, tents, cooking equipment, etc., and supplies, and about getting on for 200 pounds of assorted goods, etc., that they've taken off merchants and haven't disposed of yet. So, all in all, there's about 800 pounds worth of stuff to cart away from this camp. Now you can pile some of it on the captives, but not a lot of it. So you are going to need the porters from the village. So effectively, you will have to camp out here tonight and then wait for the porters to turn up tomorrow. Let me return you back to the main map. This is the one I was looking for. You are, in actual fact, in that valley in the mountains. Sorry, in the hills there. So given that you attacked in the early morning, the trackers will get back to Okaza early afternoon. They will sort things out, and then first thing tomorrow, a group will head back to join you, and they will get to you about mid-afternoon, so you can set off. Actually, if you overload the bandit captives, because let's face it, who cares?
Yeah.
You can move part way tomorrow, and then when you meet the porters, they can then take the load off the bandits, and you can go, but you make it back to Okaza. So you can make it back to Okaza the following day.
Right, so that's the following day. So where are we date-wise? That whole battle was the
Yeah,
9th
what
of
day-
Kaminazuki, wasn't it?
The battle was on 9 Kaminazuki, and you get back to the to Okaza on the 10th. Okay. Right. So you reach Okaza. You find that your ship has actually come round from Manabo and docked in Okaza because they heard what was going on. And the lord of the village is respectful when you turn up. Not overjoyed, because this could be seen as criticism of him, but Lord Kanawa has dealt with a notable bandit problem, and therefore, with the evidence that you provide, a quick judicial review is held, and the bandits are all found guilty and dealt with appropriately. And then their bodies are chucked in the appropriate spot by the lowest caste people.
So if we're on another day, do we get a chance for Yanagi to do some more position work?
You were camped out in the open last night, so
I've got winter camping gear.
So do I.
Yep.
Well, you've got my winter
I
camping
mean,
gear, don't
you all camped out, but it wasn't the best of territory. So you can have an attempt. So if you get 1 point for overnight. Successful physician will give another point. Successful health roll will give you a 3rd point. And
There's my health roll.
yeah, so those
5.
who have taken damage, first of all, need a health roll.
Yep, made that.
Okay, if you make it, that's 2 points.
Okay.
If Yanagi can make a successful physician roll on you as well, that's a 3rd point.
Oh,
Hey, I'll take that. Thanks, Baka, for rolling
is
that.
there such a thing as a critical?
No, because I don't do fumbles either.
Oh, okay.
Fair.
Yep, so that's 9. I made mine. Oh, 3 points.
So who's rolling for Yanagi?
Oh, I just rolled for myself.
I will, Dave, when I get round to it. I'm just doing his health save.
Alright, I'll roll. Sorry, so I'm
Okay.
still in 15. I thought that 1 was for Yanagi's roll on me. I'll roll Yanagi now.
Oh, no. That was my health saving throw.
10, is that successful?
What's Yanagi's physician?
Kyūryū gets 1 point back, Yanagi and Baka don't.
Okay.
Okay.
So I just get 1 for the bandage and 1 for my health saving throw, yeah?
So yeah. Yanagi's BCS is 15.
I'm down to 14 lethal.
Okay.
At least you didn't fumble it.
And you only get your healing rate when you're in a suitable location, is that right?
Yeah.
Yes. Camping out, not suitable. There is
No.
an inn in the village, and there you can stay the night in the village. And
Right,
you will...
Does Lord Kanawa have the sergeant and the man-at-arms who died given a proper send-off?
Oh yes. 2 of the bandits are carrying them, and they are brought back to the village, and their weapons are brought with them, and he will get the village priest to carry out a proper funeral ceremony. He will give a let's see, how does he do? Okay, it's not bad, but it's not great. He will basically make a speech at the funeral service on the exploits of the sergeant and his attention to duty, his loyalty to his father's clan, etc. So he treats him with all respect.
The least he can do after getting him killed.
Okay. The Lord of the Village will throw a celebratory meal for Lord Kanawa, and his troops will be feted by the village. So you will all have the opportunity for a very pleasant evening of plenty of food and sake, etc. If you wish to overindulge, you can.
Not gonna overindulge.
Okay.
We're working.
Seeing the restraint of my boss, I will behave tonight.
Hey, good man, Baka. I appreciate that. It's noted.
Okay. Lord Kanawa will announce that he intends to take ship around the coast to Tsukoshi, and then he understands there is a road from Tsukoshi to the Rice Shrine, where they will deliver the stolen property that the bandit took from the shrine.
Where's the right
Act
shrine?
of
Can you show me on the map?
sacrilege. Sorry, my apologies. I will just move you to there.
Oh,
So
yeah,
there's the
see it.
Rice Shrine. So he intends to sail around to Tsukoshi, and then he believes there's a road from Tsukoshi inland to the Rice Shrine. And then sensibly he will travel continue around the coast to Asuki, and the bandits' loot will be disposed of. Okay, he will give each of his men and each of you a gold coin as a bonus for your bravery and skill in fighting the bandits.
You're being paid 1 silver a day, aren't we?
Mhm.
Yeah, I thought so.
And this is a 1 gold bonus for the battle.
Okay.
And I'm surprised I haven't heard cries of Budo, Budo from everybody.
Waiting patiently, sir.
Internally.
Waiting patiently. I think we've got.
When you all settle down after the battle,
I think Kinzo and Kosa are both close to level 3. Yeah.
Okay. Kosa ends up with 4.2 Budo and 7.2 on. Kyūryū 8.7 Budo and 11.7 on. Yanagi 5.4 Budo and 8.4 on. Kinzo 3.8 Budo and 6.8 on. Harumi.
How much on did Unagi get, Dave?
Yanagi got 8.4 on. You got 3.8 Budo and 6.8 on. Harumi got 3.1 Shugendo and 6.1 on. And Baka got 3.7 Budo and 6.7 on.
Gosh.
Well done, boys.
Has anybody made their next level yet?
Kosa's very close. Is it 100 for level 3, yeah?
Yep.
50 for level 3, isn't it?
No, 50's level 2. Yeah, 50 for level 3, yeah, sorry.
50 on
yeah,
and 50
I mean,
Budo.
I mean, is it
Yeah.
100 for level 4?
It's 100 for level 4, yeah.
Yeah.
And then from memory, it's 500 for level 5 and 1,000 for level 6, correct?
Yeah, and 2,000 for level 7, and so on.
Wow.
Okie doke.
We'll be lucky to reach level 4.
Speak for yourself.
Level 4 is the most I've ever seen.
Speak for yourself. I'm 60%
Well,
of
in
the way
my,
there.
my original campaign, some guys got to level 5, but they were mainly priests and Shugenja, my mistake, because
Who
they get
weren't
so
in the
much.
front rank, and they get more for they get Shugendo for learning stuff and doing stuff that isn't in combat.
Yakuza get like points of Budo, like 0.1 for gambling. It's ridiculous how slow their leveling can be if it's not combat based.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 60% of the way to level 4.
Okay, so as I said, a pleasant night is had, and the following day, you are roused out by the deputy, who's acting sergeant. So, which one was it that got appointed acting sergeant? It was Kyūryū is now acting sergeant. Shigehide is gone, as was who was the one who died? That was that Kagemichi? Shigehide. No, it's Katsumori who died. That was it.
Is there any slightly more warmth towards Gobi since his sterling result
Yes.
in the fight?
Yes. Basically, he proved himself as a warrior. He's only been trained in spear, but even so, he didn't turn and flee. He picked up a wakizashi, even though he didn't know how to use it, and carried on trying to fight them. And he didn't get in their way, so yeah, he'd been blooded, and he's now treated with more respect by the other troops.
More importantly, he's still alive.
He's still alive.
Yeah. Okay. So the 11 Kaminazuki. There's a light air from the west. So let me just check and see. Two. And it's wrong.
Did we get healing that night as well? Once you finished working your distance?
That's that's a point. Yes.
The one for resting.
1 second. Dumpty 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 dum. Let me look it up. Right. So. So who is actually down at the moment?
I am.
I am.
Okay. By how much?
14.
Where is it? 15.
So. The Lord Kanawa will pay for the village priest to do a healing miracle on each of you. So, on Kyūryū, does it work? You're 14 down.
Mm-hmm.
-2, it doesn't work. Baka, how far are you down?
15.
That works. Hang on a second, where are we? 2d6. For 4 points. This is before we do the evening healing.
Sure.
Anybody else in the party damaged?
Yanagi.
Does it work? That works. So 5 points better. And then overnight, you get you're staying in the inn, so you get better by your healing rate, plus 1 point for the inn, plus 1 point for a successful health
5.
saving throw, plus
Right.
another point for.
This is my health saving throw. Fail. And this is Yanagi's
Okay.
skill check. Fail, I assume.
Yanagi's.
So how many was it?
What's his skill?
4 from the inn and 2 from our healing
You get healing rate, your healing rate for staying in the inn.
4.
Okay.
And then plus 1
One for the physician.
One if there's a successful physician.
I didn't make that.
Is
I
it-
didn't make the health
Is
save.
a 10 a successful physician?
Yes.
Okay.
And 1 if you made your health saving throw.
Okay, so I'll go
5.
down by 4, so I'm down to 10.
To 6.
Okay. So,
I had a question, Dave. Has Lord Kanawa taken charge of the book?
he's put it in the He's put it in the keeping of his secretary.
Okay, in that case, Harumi might get a chance to peruse it.
Does Harumi wish to speak to the secretary? Is Harumi there?
Nobody can hear me. I was muted.
Ah, that could explain it.
Yes, she would like to peruse it if able.
Well, the secretary doesn't think there should be a problem. She won't let you kind of open it and read it like a book, but she will show it to you. And it is written in hiragana, not kanji. How's your hiragana?
18.
Do you have calligraphy?
I do not have calligraphy, but I do have Japanese classic.
Okay. Please make a Japanese classic roll.
Okay. Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. You recognize this from your readings. This is a text of invocation to the kami of the harvests.
Oh.
I can't remember precisely what her name is. You may know, Tim, but there is a kami who is the patron of the harvest.
That is Inari, Inari,
Inari.
and he's
Yes.
one of the major kami in Japan, in Nippon.
Yes. And this is a text of invocation to Inari. And she explains that it was stolen from the Rice Shrine by this notorious bandit. And this is the reason why Lord Kanawa was determined to track him down and take it back. Lord Kanawa favors the Shinto religion. You know, he respects the Buddhist, but he's more aligned with the native religion of Nippon, and
The true
therefore
religion.
the secretary is very careful not to take sides in this, but she makes it plain that Lord Kanawa is more Shinto than Buddhist, and therefore felt it necessary to chase this bandit down, because once he recognized the name, yes, this was the one who attacked the Rice Shrine. So yes, it's a text of invocation to the kami, and when used by a Shinto priest, it makes it much easier for the priest to invoke her in a ritual, or call on her for aid, which for the kami of the harvest, what you normally do is call on her to bring a good harvest, and it's vitally important for Nippon to ensure that there are good harvests. So
Yes.
the fact that this had been stolen from the temple it was a tragedy. Hence the intention to go to the temple and return it.
Makes sense.
Okay. Right. So going back to your shipping, there's not much breeze, and you're trying to head east.
How much power will I get back in the morning?
You get all your power back at dawn.
Oh, perfect.
If you do the thing.
As long as you see the sun.
Oh, she
Then-
will get up and see the sun.
Yes. Okay, so on the next day then, you set off, and nothing happens.
So we're on the 11th,
you're-
Stella, or is this 12 now?
This is the 12th, because the 11th is spent in recovery, recuperation, and feast, etc.
Does that mean we've got another day of healing to do?
Yeah, true, you get another night in the inn, so therefore you get another healing rate,
Yeah, this is my health saving throw.
and then roll for health and
That's a fail, and this is Yanagi.
Yep.
That's a success. So it's 4 plus 1 from Yanagi is 5.
Health saving throw. No. Yanagi,
We're down to 5 now.
is there a critical on this
There's
evasion roll?
There's not.
no.
Okay. I might have already asked that, sorry. Okay, so that's 5. I think that's me. Oh, 1 point of damage at the moment.
Good.
Healing rate of 4 is really helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Just so you know, Yanagi is now fully fit.
Nice. I'm not part of it.
Two, three, four.
Have you been rolling Yanagi's rolls for the Lord's Men if any of them are injured?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
I'm just going to make assumptions on that. Right, so with the moderate breeze, you actually do quite well on the boat. Moving on everything else, so that is coming along the coast. So the party make progress. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And anchor just off the headland there. The next day is not quite so good because the wind comes round and you actually have it's on the bow.
Now, is that another day's healing, but on the boat this time?
On the boat, you basically get
1 plus Yanagi plus the health saving throw, is
1
it?
plus Yanagi
So
plus a health saving
This is
throw.
the saving
Yeah.
throw.
I'm helped.
That's a success. This is Yanagi. It's a 10 a success as it is, isn't it?
Yes.
So that's 3, so I'm down to 2.
I'm good.
Nice.
Right. So travel to Midland. And nothing happens then. Then you have a fresh breeze.
Excuse me.
Given that you're just starting from there, the skipper feels safe in crossing to the opposite headland.
That's
So
what I was
you
thinking, was he
actually-
just going to do that and save half a day?
Yeah. He can actually.
I believe you owe us some blacklifting. There, yes, there it is. My fave. Happy days. Love it. Still, after 30 years of gaming, it's one of my favourite things in any RPGs when you open up some new map. Like,
And the next day is just a gentle breeze. That's nowhere near as good.
okay,
That
so
drops you down to half speed.
is that another
and
day of
it's
healing?
from the northwest.
So I'll do this.
Yep,
Is
another day of
this
healing.
is my health
So
saving
that's
throw.
another health saving throw and
That's a
position roll
fail.
plus 1.
This is Yanagi. That's a fail and plus 1. So I am down to 1 lethal damage.
And nothing happened today. And then, so basically he can only just get round the headland and there is not enough wind to get across the bay. And it's basically around the headland. And the next day, unfortunately, the breeze is from the southeast. So it's basically blowing up from this direction.
The next day, I'll get my last hit point back.
So it's... You can't cross that way, so effectively you're going to have to go across to there. And
This
that's
is-
as far as you get.
And that was the 15th.
In many ways, I'm actually quite grateful because that didn't leave a black spot.
Yeah.
And that's 15th. And did anything happen that day? No. It's remarkably peaceful at the moment. It's getting quite cold at nights, though. You've had some...
Does that village touch both sides of the peninsula?
It's on the crown, looking down to the north, to the northerly side, but it can. Some of the houses do look down as well.
Or whether the Lord would get off there and wait for the ship to go around?
But it's on the coast on the far side. But some of the buildings do come up to the top of the ridge. So the following day, we have a moderate breeze from the southwest. So effectively, it drives you all the way to the end of the headland. But then it's a headwind coming back. So 1, 2, 3. But then coming back, you can only get to about there before you have to stop for the night. So not quite Furuko. Okay. And perfect. The wind switches to the east, which is effectively on your stern. And again, it's a moderate breeze, so you can actually make it 5 hectares up the coast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you should make it to Tsukoshi tomorrow, weather permitting. Again, relatively peaceful.
This was the 16th.
This was the 17th. On the 16th, you rounded the headland and you made it just short of Furuko, and today you've made it most of the way to Tsukoshi. And both today and tomorrow nothing happens, and given that you have a moderate breeze, and it's from the north, so it does slow you down, but you do make it into Tsukoshi. So you reach Tsukoshi. And nothing happened on the sea. And you disembark, and the Lord obtains accommodation at the inn for his retinue, and checks with the headman and the local village lord on the road up to the Rice Shrine. He notifies them that they have the holy book was looted from the shrine, and intends taking it back tomorrow. The Lord is delighted and asks whether he can accompany Lord Kanawa to the Rice Shrine. he is, of course, entirely welcome. And you duly set out. And the chances of anything happening are nil. Because you have the Lord, his troops, your Lord, his troops, and you lot. No one is going to be stupid enough to do anything. But I will roll D100 just on the
Yeah.
off chance. No. Okay. So on the 19 Kamizuki, you travel to the Rice Shrine.
19th, you said.
This is the 19th. You reach Fukashi on the 18th. And on the 19th, you are traveling up to the Rice Shrine. And I get to reveal some more of the map. And the road does indeed go through the village of Kawaka, that you've already visited. And you travel up to the Rice Shrine. When you reach Kawaka, Lord Kanawa sends someone ahead to notify the priests at the shrine, so that it isn't an unpleasant surprise when you all turn up. And of course, when you get there, everybody is out there in full regalia. The priests have got their formal robes on rather than their everyday gear, and a ceremony of return is held for the return of the book to the shrine. And you can knock off the rest of that day and the following day because a celebration is held. And although Lord Kanao will get the bulk of the on for returning it, you all get an additional 2 on for being part of the forces which right at the terrible wrong caused by that bandit. So please all add 2 on.
Excellent.
Okay. Now, so that takes you through the 20th of Kaminazuki. And at that point, the sergeant isn't around, is he? So we now got a death guild bloke. So no. There was a possibility Lord Kanawa might decide that he should go and visit the Dancing Waters, but no, his duty is important, so he will be returning to the ship to carry on north for his father. Very good. So, you then
Okay,
return.
Dave.
Yes.
Dave, during the 20th, I'm going to seek an audience with the abbot.
Okie doke. Given that you were part of the celebrated troop of heroes, I don't think there should be a problem. Please roll a d20 and don't roll very high.
Well, there you go.
Whoa. You have no problem at all. The abbot makes time for you, greets you, and inquires how can he be of service to one of the heroes who returned the treasure of the temple. Of the shrine, rather. Tim, you have your audience. What do you wish to say to the abbot?
Sorry, I've got to remember. I'm talking to. I shall say that when we found the book, I also found this, and I shall reveal the wind chimes. And I'll ask him if he has any idea where these ought to go.
And he gets to roll his Japanese classic. Rice Shrine isn't a particularly important shrine in terms of high-level priests, etc. It's not got a powerful priest, so his Japanese classics is lousy. Well, it's not lousy, but an 18 isn't successful. How about his Shinten? Ah, yes, his Shinten works, but well, in his, as far as he is aware, that is probably an item to drive away evil spirits. Evil Kami and evil Oni and such like. And it would normally grace a shrine. It is not from his shrine, but he does not know where it came from. But he admits that he is not greatly knowledgeable in the Japanese classics, and he would advise you to speak to somebody at one of the larger shrines who may recognize it. It does. Hang on a second. It does look exceptionally well made, so it looks like it's been carved by an artist, but he does not know of its history. But he is not making any attempt to get you to give it to the shrine, because obviously he does not think that this shrine would be appropriate. That is more for a shrine which sees battle with the evil spirits.
I shall thank him for his time and his knowledge, and pack it away. And I shall donate 5 silver to his shrine, because that's the thing you do.
Well, he will thank you for granting him the honor of seeing such a wonderful item. And
does he think that there might be such a shrine in somewhere like Kokura or Shimonoseki? Because I believe that's where we're going.
Well, almost certainly. This is more a shrine for the farming villagers.
Oh, yeah, yes. Anyway, I shall bow politely and then leave, having packed it away and put it back in my gi, as it were.
Kido?
Damn, it's rather open to unload it on him. Never mind.
Let me just check, because he might well know. So, Asuki, which is the next turn you're visiting, is in 3218. Yes, Asuki is up the coast, and that's a Class D town. And that has a couple of notable shrines, and one of the priests there may well have more of an idea as to where that belongs.
Thank you very much, Abbot. And may your shrine prosper.
Well, he's very hopeful that it will, because you have returned the text of invocation that has helped him a lot in bringing good harvests. Okay. So you finish your celebrations at the Rice Shrine, and on the 21st Kaminozuki, return back to Fukoshi with the local lord. So again, exceedingly unlikely you're going to have any problems on the road. Oh, no problems whatsoever. Freezing cold, mind you, but you expect that at this time of year. you reach Fukoshi, so that is 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you're not pushing it, so you will stay the night in Fukoshi and then debark on your ship tomorrow. Very good. So, in actual fact, you may wish to stay in Tsukashi for 22nd of Kaminozuki. So let me check and see what Lord Kanawa thinks. Yes. He will actually announce that you are staying in Tsukoshi because the 22nd Kaminozuki is the winter solstice, and it's the Buddhist festival of the Dongji, and it would be, in his view, ill-advised to set out on the sea on an ill-omened day such as that. So a quiet day will be had in Tsukoshi. The village folk are celebrating the winter solstice in traditional manner, and everyone is saying prayers that the rest of the winter will be good and that the following year will be better than this year. Very good. All is going well, apart from the fact there is a minor earth tremor. And that, of course, being how superstitious peasants are, everybody feels that their prayers are not being heard. One of the kami is upset about something, but not too upset because there was only minor damage. But just need to watch out in the next year. Could be unexpected happenings. The following day, then, you do set out. You have a breeze from the southwest, so it's driving your boat along. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You get most of the way to the end of the headland. And the following day, the breeze turns to the northwest, but it's still on the rear bow, sorry, on off the stern. So you actually make it around the headland, and that's as far as you get. Not a problem.
I think we'll see this other map today. I think so. We're close.
And 25 Kaminazuki. The breeze has turned to the north, and it's only a gentle breeze, so you don't get very far. And you get as far as there, and then yes, there is another minor tremor, and part of the cliff ahead of you shears off and falls into the sea. And there is a nasty wave heading for the ship. Would somebody care to roll for the skill of the ship's captain in dealing with the unexpected?
Boom. 3.
Ooh, perfect. He manages the ship masterfully. The wave passes without any damage to the ship whatsoever. But nevertheless, the following day, I'm afraid that the wind is still from the north, so you are beating against it. So you only get to about... In fact, given that you're heading mainly west, you can make it into that bay and camp at the village of Jusho. Okie doke. And did anything happen that day? Nope. I'm running remarkably badly. The following day, there's a light breeze from the west. Will certainly take you out to the thing. Okay, so that takes you 1, 2, 3. But you would be beating back against it, so you don't get round. But all being well, you should be in Asuki tomorrow.
No chance of stopping at the temple. Stopping in the temple.
You're moored off the headland. You can always ask.
I'll certainly ask. I feel like I'm on my road to enlightenment, so it seems like a very fitting temple to pop in.
Okie doke.
If they'll let me.
Righty-ho. Please make a roll to persuade Lord Kanawa to instruct the captain to send you ashore in a boat. No.
Nope. Okay.
You're told that we will be stopping in Asuki for a couple of days. You can travel down the road to the temple then. And the following day, absolutely nothing untoward happens, and you dock in Asuki. Okay.
What kind is Asuki a city or just a large town?
Asuki is a large town. It's about the same size as Nobioka.
Okay.
There are very few cities on Kyūryū. The main cities are over on Honshu, the main island. But, I mean, Kyūryū is where the real people live.
The one where they don't like us, to the south of us, is that a city?
Miyazaki.
Miyazaki.
No, that's another town. That's
Another
another
large town.
town like Nobioka. Okay, Lord Kanawa announces that he expects that we'll be in town for a couple of days. He has to sort out getting rid of all the garbage from the bandits, and he has to meet various people in town, and he will be staying with a friend. So basically his kit and his troops go with him to one of the samurai properties in town. You can stay in the barracks there, but you are free to do what you like in the town itself.
Does anyone fancy traveling?
I was about to offer to go with you.
I am going to have to call it a night at that, because I have to get to bed relatively early tonight.
No worries.
So I'm sorry that it has to stop there tonight. But congratulations on defeating the bandits and rescuing the Book of Invocation of the Kami for the Rice Shrine. And I hope you all have a nice warm feeling about it.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the session, David. We'll see you all in
Thank
2
you.
weeks, boys.
It was a good session, yeah.
Thank you.
Also, I think it's a good place to stop, because we're all going to go and do various things, like back off to the temple
Yeah, we're going to
and me
split up
to a
in the
shrine
city.
to investigate this wind chime. And it gives us a chance to reset from the stress of fighting, shall we say.
Indeed, indeed.
Certainly. Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, with the best will in the world, I'm afraid, Kinzo, you did get a little bit of blood on you. So you could do with a little bit of cleansing.
No, it's only the odd point of pollution. I'm all right so far. I don't need it yet.
Fair enough.
Well, again, I might actually get a purification ritual when I'm at the shrine, but we'll see what they say. Anyway, thank you very much, gents, and I shall speak to you on Sunday, if not before.
Oh yes, see you all on Sunday. Good night, gents.